man? How
I
did you
was
make
I
this
was in a
baby?
relationship, and then at that
And
same
you
time
was
I was
getting your
in
cheeks
school and
clapped,
I
and you
was
never
working.
thought about
But it does
marriage.
not matter. It does not
It does
matter,
matter.
sweetie. You
It does
cannot
matter.
say,
It does
baby
matter.
girl,
It
baby girl,
does.
baby girl. You cannot say that. That's one thing. And as a
Why
woman,
can't
and
I
this is
say
what I'm
that? You
saying.
was getting your
So this
cheeks
okay,
clapped.
so
That's what
why
you
do
was
you bring
doing.
people up? I mean, do you like to just overtalk people, or do you allow them to speak? Because
I'm
my
just
thing is
saying, but
you're bringing people up on the
you keep
panel,
saying,
but you're
hold
being
on.
disrespectful.
I'm
Now,
not
of
being
course,
disrespectful.
hold
I'm being
on.
honest. You was
Hold
getting your
on.
cheeks clapped.
Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, sweetheart, you cannot sit up here and say that every single mom or every whatever is the least desired. You cannot do that. And as a
No, I
woman
never said
of
every though.
whatever, and
I never
listen,
said
as a
every.
woman
I
of
never said
whatever
every. I
race,
said I
to sit
exempt I
here and
exempt widows.
downgrade, another woman should is ridiculous. And for you to sit up here and say, oh, these women are least, you don't know what a woman has been through. And sometimes you don't even know if that woman was even that had anyone talking to them at a young age. So before you sit here and say you're the least desired, what if that woman didn't have anyone teaching them at an early age? You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm
You
going
get,
to
you know what I'm
respond.
saying? So like
Okay,
how,
I'm going to
listen.
respond. Miss T,
So
you're going off on a
but
tangent
wait a
now.
minute. I want to reach you one more thing real quick because like I said, I didn't come up
All
here to
right.
argue with you.
Yeah,
I'm not your enemy. You're not my enemy.
Miss T, I let
But
you
at the
speak.
same time,
I let you
okay, but
speak, and you're just going on now. Okay? At some point, I'm going to combat what you're saying. All right? You said a lot of points. Now, the reality is, you was clapping your cheeks when you was young, just like the rest of these single moms were.
absolutely,
Okay.
everyone
Now
has.
the
Everyone
reality
has.
is, the reality. I never said
Everyone
every.
has.
I never said every single mom. The ones that I exempt are widows and victims.
I'm on mute.
Outside of widows and victims, if that child's father if your child's father or the single mom's child's father didn't marry you, then you are the least desired. Because if the
Oh,
child's father doesn't even respect you enough to see you as a wife after you carried the child for 9 months, thank you, nine brother, then clearly you are the least desired over
okay, but sweetheart, so here is my
half of
thing.
single
What
moms
if there was a
have
young boy?
never
No, I'm
been
not.
married. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my thing. Okay, now what if and we're gonna this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, because I don't bash women, not regardless of whatever the situation is, because you have some women who did get married to their child's father, but at some point maybe the marriage didn't work, so now guess what, they become a single mother. But my point that I was trying to make was, now some women are really less fortunate to have someone talking to them about things like that, about not being a baby's mother, about saving themselves for marriage. So what makes them less valuable of a person? You get what I'm saying? What makes them
Yes.
less
So
value?
if
Because
you want
every
divorcee,
woman, hold on,
hold on,
wait a
answer
minute.
the
Just how you
question.
asked me to hold on and listen to you, I'm asking you to please just hold on and let me speak too. Because again, I'm not here to disrespect you. This is an adult conversation. And so we're going to keep talking. So here is my thing. And as a school bus driver, I come across a lot of young women of all kinds that don't have someone talking to them about these kind of things. So guess what? When you don't have that village that's there to speak to them about accountability and saving themselves for marriage, don't become a baby mother, and also don't make the same choices, or the bad choices that you seen your mother make, or whoever around you who has raised you. don't make those, don't be like them, be better than them. But that don't mean that us as adults right now who knows better right now, that don't make us way better, that we have to sit on this high pedestal
Oh my
and then
God,
we
Miss
look
T,
down
get to the
on them
point. All
because
right, listen, you're going on a monologue right now. All right, come on.
exactly, that's why you keep muting me, because you
No,
you
because
feel like you
because
just
you
can say
asked
whatever
me a
you want to say.
question, Miss T, Miss
But
T,
my thing, I
Miss
didn't
T,
know
Miss
what I
T.
was
At
going.
some point, I'm going to interject. Okay.
I was making a statement
All right, then hurry
because
up.
you're no better than
Hurry
nobody
up.
else,
All right, all right.
sweetheart.
I'm just gonna respond. All right. You gotta be
Right?
quicker
You
than
want
this.
to
That's
keep
all I'm
muting because
saying.
there are points and there's facts. Your life is bullshit. You goofy
No
as fuck.
swearing. No swearing.
I'm sweetheart. I'm leaving because you just dumb as fuck. That's what
All
it
right,
is.
then leave. Go away. Because all your points were stupid, anyways. The reality is, if your parents didn't teach you about keeping your legs closed, then why did you think the best idea was to open it? This is why I said a lot of you Fefails with pitneys are not intelligent. If you know nothing about intercourse, what makes you think the best choice is to go and have intercourse? Make it make sense. That's why a lot of you single moms are slow. That's the answer. Slow. No one raised you to be a wife, so the first thing you did was go to the streets and take wood. What does that mean? You're unintelligent.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yeah, so I wanted to say that single moms are the least desirable to only single childless people.
Okay, do you agree with the statement? Yes or no?
I don't agree with the statement because when we're talking in terms of the person, like the individual person that is a single parent, I'm just going to say single parent because single dads are in the same boat as single moms.
Yeah, I'm talking about single moms. I'm always gonna divert it back to single moms, but go ahead.
It depends on the person. And I would say that there's a lot of cases where women have become single mothers for a multitude of reasons. It could be because the person that they were with passed away.
Yeah, I don't talk about victims and I don't talk about widows. So those are the two
Okay, cool.
exceptions from
All
my
right.
life.
So now we have to look at the individual person. Would I say like a mother that's single that has multiple baby daddies is least desirable? I would say yes, they are least desirable. But someone who had a child one time and they learned from that mistake, that person as in that one mistake shouldn't determine their trajectory in a
It
relationship
does.
or in the
It
dating
will. It
market
will.
for the rest
That's
of their lives.
It will. Yes, it will. Do you think that child changed their life for the rest of their life?
Yes, of course.
So then,
It definitely does. If you're a good mom, it definitely will change that.
so if that child, thank you, Annie Long, if that child changed her life, then clearly it's going to change her value for the rest of her life as well.
I don't think it changes her value.
It does. That's the reality. This is it. You Fefails think you can do whatever you want, pop your coochie, pop a baby, and then you're still valuable. You're still seen as a wife. You're still seen as the best mother in the world. What?
In what ways are they not valuable any longer? Or
Thank you, Vince. In what ways? In every single way. One, their mentality. And their mentality. Over half of single moms have never been married. So clearly they had no standards to begin with and just wanted to get their cheeks clapped. The second is that they enjoy creating broken families. This is including divorcees, as over 50% of Fefails are the ones who initiate divorce. Thirdly, if you take a look at the stats, majority of children who are raised in a fatherless household are more likely to have behavioral dysfunction, more likely to be AB'd, and more likely to also be incarcerated.
Okay. Okay, those are valid points. I can understand that. I also think you have to look at the mentality of the person that's pursuing a single mom as well. I feel like, yes, there is a lot of responsibility that comes with being with a single mom, because not only do you have to look at possibly being responsible for that kid, you have to look at having authority over that kid. But it definitely comes with the mentality of the person that's pursuing a single mom. And I also feel like, and a lot of people probably will agree, and it's probably will go back to your point that they are the least desirable.
The truth
but
is,
the
any
value
man,
of a
sorry, I'm
person
just going
is
to
very
interject. I'm just
subjective.
going to interject. Any man that pursues a single mom who doesn't have a child is weird. That's just the reality. That's another reason why single moms are the least desired. Only weird men are going to want to pursue a relationship with a single mom who is childless. That's a man with low self-esteem and low self-worth, because clearly he can't make his own family, so then he goes and chases another family. There's something weird about that. If you do not have children as a man, why are you pursuing to take care of another woman's child? It is weird.
Okay, that's understandable. Would I say that they're weird? No,
It
I
is
don't
weird,
understand.
yes. It is actually very
Well,
weird.
what is the
That's
logic
why
behind them being weird?
the logic is that, do you know that AB that happens most likely in a child's life is by their stepdad?
You said AB?
Yeah, AB. So ABUSI. No, ABUS.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That is more likely to happen in that child's life. Men who like to prey on women are more likely to pursue a single mom. So the truth is, more times a man who is interested in a single mom doesn't have good intention and is weird and is struggling to get a woman's attention who is childless. So he chooses to pick someone that is more vulnerable because she doesn't have a man, she's struggling, and he knows it. That's why she's easy.
Do you think all single mothers are struggling? Or do you think most single?
All of them are struggling. Whether you have money or you don't have money, there's a struggle. It is not easy to raise a child by yourself. Money does not change their emotional damage, their mental damage. The absence of having a father, the absence of having a family. Being around everyone that has a family doesn't change that. That money doesn't change that. Thank you, Vince. Doesn't change how the child feels about their own self-esteem and their self-worth. Thank you, Nate.
Okay, so are we speaking in terms of the child living with the mom and the father is not around? Or are we talking in terms, are we also including single moms who does have a great co-parenting relationship?
It's both. Father? It's still both. Children want their parents to be together. A lot of children even end up blaming themselves that their parents are not together. So it still affects the child. Thank you, Vince.
Okay. All right. I mean, I see your points, but I have a lot of people that have come across that are single moms or that were single moms, and they're married now. And they've either married a man that had kids, which kind of created a blended family, or they've married men that didn't have any kids.
Yeah, and they married weird, simpish men. It's just that simple.
And I've seen the dynamics to where it's 50-50 in the household. I've seen the dynamics to where the husband still, takes care of everything. I've seen dynamics where it was still pretty much a strict gender role. And I've definitely always seen where the men are very successful in their own right.
Yeah, and what
And
what does this have to do with anything? What's the point you're trying to make?
the point that I'm trying to make is a lot of them said that the reason why they chose to even pursue a single woman was outside of them having a kid. It was just because they were more mature, they were more grounded.
Yeah, no. If a man has a child, then it makes sense why he would be with a single mom. A man who doesn't have a child, he is seeking out a easy access to coochie. That's really it. He couldn't get what he wanted from a female who is childless. You need to understand single moms are going to be much more easier than childless women.
I would argue that they're a lot more rigid
No,
because
they're
they have
not.
a lot to protect.
No, they're not more rigid. They're not. They're not more rigid. If anything, they're desperately looking for a man to help them. Single moms would. Do you know how many single moms out there
All
would
single moms
love?
are desperately looking for a man to
Yes,
help them.
majority of single moms would love to have a stepfather to step up and help take care of those children. Do you know that
Okay.
71% of single moms are poverty stricken and on government assistance? If they could have a man to step up and help pay bills, help take care of the children, help be a father figure, they would
I
take
can
that
agree with you
than
on
doing
that
it
because that
all
would
by
go
themselves.
outside of a woman. That can very well extend to childless women too. So I can agree with you on that.
Yeah. So with a childless woman, she doesn't have that pressure of I need to work to be a mother. Whilst a single mom, she does have that pressure.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I guess I would still like fall back on it. Just depends on the mentality of the man. Would I call them weird? No. Would I say that they're all not weird? No. There's definitely men out there that seek single moms for predatory behavior. And another thing, just for like a
Thank
power,
you, Rich.
a
Okay,
power
then yeah,
power
they're all
control.
weird.
It
They're all
definitely
weird.
depends on the mentality of the man, and it
If you are
definitely
not a
depends
single
on what you're
dad, they
looking
are
for
weird.
in a relationship. So
But
would I say that all single moms are the least desired? No, I would
yeah,
not say
they
that.
are.
I would say most
Unless they're a
can come
victim,
off to be
unless they're a
like
victim or
undesirable,
widow, then they
and
are
that just depends on how they act and how they
undesired.
carry themselves. But
Okay,
wholly to
yeah.
say that all single moms are the least desirable, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, okay then. So I'm gonna drop you because you just come with just a lot of opinions. But thank you anyways.
I would argue that the prompt is an opinion.
It's really not because over half have never been married. So the reality is
It's
over
very
half of
much
single
an
moms.
opinion.
It's not an
It can
opinion.
be
It's
an
not an
opinion that's
opinion.
carried by a
It's
lot of
not an
people,
opinion because
but
if
that
it's
doesn't negate the
true,
fact that it is an
how is
opinion.
it that
That's an
over half
opinion.
of single moms have never been married? That's literally a fact. That's literally a fact. The number one reason why single moms are single moms is because majority have never been married. That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Okay, even if it is okay, so let's just say that it is a fact that the majority of single moms have never been married. Have you ever thought to think that maybe they don't want to get married?
Then
Because maybe for
that's
them, just
even
caring for their
worse.
child is the
Then
best
that's
thing ever
even
for them
worse.
and
Then
their
that's even
situation and
worse.
their
Then
child.
that's even worse because you chose to get knocked up by this man that you didn't even want to get married to. Like, what type of standards did you have to begin with that you opened your legs to a man like that? That says a lot about you, who clearly didn't know how to vet, didn't vet enough, but quick to open your legs. Yeah, that you can't. There's no excuse for that. If the number one reason is why single moms are single moms because majority never got married, have never been married, then yeah, they clearly are the least desired. Because men found it easy to, but never say, will you be my wife?
Okay, that doesn't look bad on a single mom if she decides for herself that she wants to opt out of dating or relationships while she's
It does. It
raising
does
her
look
child.
bad on her. It does look bad on her because
It does not
why
look
did
bad
you?
on her.
It does look bad on her because why didn't you become a wife? Why are you not a wife? Why are you a single mom?
Is wife the highest childless
I mean, if
or
you
having
are
a child,
going to
that
have
is
a, if
not
you're
the
going
highest
to,
calling for a lot
yeah,
of
it is, it
women.
is. If you are going to have
No,
a
it's
man's
not.
child, if you're going to have a man's child and be in labor for hours and have contractions and hold that baby for 9 months, yeah, better be a ring on your finger. Or you
There
are
should
just
no, and you're
stupid.
absolutely
Or,
right. I
or
agree
you
with
are
that.
just
There
stupid. You
better
are
be
just
a
stupid to go through labor for hours and go through contractions for hours and the man never wifed you. Now, let's be honest, who really is the dumb one here? Because men don't go through labor. Who is really the dumb one here? Who goes through labor and carries a baby for 9 months and never got married?
So you're saying they're not desirable because they're dumb.
Yeah, majority definitely, yeah. Dumb, easy, and love to create broken homes.
Okay. The only reason why I can agree with you is because you're not lumping all single moms together.
No, of
That's the
course
only
not.
reason why
There
that I
has
can
to be
agree with
some
you.
logic to
But the
this.
only way that the only
But thank you anyways. Okay, so we got Vintage. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you're saying that single moms are the least desired. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm gonna first start off with saying this, that I'm a product of a single mother. My mom was a single mother. My father wasn't in my
Okay,
life.
okay,
So
Vintage. Slow down. So, do you agree with the prompt?
to an extent, but I'm
Thank
taking
you,
it with
China.
like this, that both parties need to take accountability, because for one, it takes two to make a child. If you know that you don't want a child, then you need to wrap it up or don't have intercourse at all. Like, we're both adults here, we're not children. Like, use your brain. If you don't want
Yes,
a
but
child, don't take that responsibility. Keep
okay,
your legs closed, and then don't, or use protection. It's
okay,
simple fact.
Vintage. The reality is, right. The reality is that a lot of single moms love to pop their coochie. A lot of men like popping their, clapping their cheeks.
I
So,
don't care.
the
You're an
truth is,
adult.
right.
You don't
Hold
want a
on, Vintage.
child, then
Hold on,
don't have
Vintage.
intercourse. It's simple
Hold
facts.
on, Vintage.
It's simple facts.
Hold on, Vintage. Please. This is it, right? When the single mom was getting her cheeks clapped by that baby dad, she knew that he was never going to marry her. She knew that she can have a choice to whether to keep the baby or not keep the baby. So I understand, yes, both need to take accountability, but the reality is, if no one got married, then none of them have to take accountability. None of them have to even stay. The man doesn't have to be the father, and neither does the woman.
Then he should not make the choice of not using protection. If you're going to go out and be grown, then you need to be grown and take responsibility. That's what happens when you
No, they don't
don't
have
have.
to take responsibility.
Yes, you
Vintage.
do. You brought a
Vintage,
child in
no,
this
no, no,
world.
she
You
don't.
need to
Vintage, no,
take
no, 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 he
responsibility.
doesn't. Think of
Yes,
it like
you
this,
do.
right? Think of it like this. When the single mom, if the single mom chooses to get rid of
It's
the,
not about
hold
the
on,
parents. It's
Vintage,
about the child.
hold on, Vintage. If the single mom doesn't want to keep the baby, does she have the right to not keep the baby?
But maybe she wants to keep it.
No, that my question is, does she have the right?
Don't always have to end up getting an AB.
Does she have the right if she doesn't want to?
Yes, she has the right.
All right then. So
But
if
most
she has
women
the
want to
right,
keep the
so
child.
then if she has the right to not want to keep the baby, then guess what? The man has the right to not also want to be a father.
Then he needs to use protection.
Then
Simple
she
as
needs
that.
to keep her legs closed. Simple as that.
Exactly, both of them. That's why I said both need to take accountability. You don't
The
want a
truth is
child.
that
You don't want to bring another life into
the
this
single
world. Then
mom
you
needs to
need to
take
take
more
accountability and
accountability.
wrap
The
it up.
single mom needs to
Keep
take
your
more
legs closed.
accountability because it's her body. It's her body. She knows when
It's
she
his body too.
Yeah, but who is the one that is left with the most burden?
Okay.
Exactly. So
It's like, but what is the point?
thank you, Scott. As a woman, right? Really think about it. As a woman, we are the only ones that know that, hey, we're going to carry this baby. We're going to go through morning sickness. We're going to deal with every pregnancy symptom that exists. The man doesn't. So who do you think should be more responsible over their body? Who do you think should be more aware that they are going to be pregnant? A man or
So
a
we
woman?
should just go on and get an
Thank
AB
you,
just
Drew.
because.
Well, what I'm saying is this. If you are going to have intercourse and you know that you are going to be dealing with child burden the most, then you have to look at your options because clearly you didn't care about them when you chose to have intercourse.
Then the right thing to do
Why
is just carry
didn't
an
the
open
single
leg.
mom think of it like this, right? Why didn't the single mom think about, oh, I don't want to get rid of babies, so I'm going to keep my legs closed? Why didn't she think about that? Why didn't she do that? If I don't want to get rid of babies, I'm not going to have intercourse.
Okay, then that's true. Like I said, take accountability. But both sides need to take accountability.
Yeah, single moms take the most accountability. That's the reality. Even when the man doesn't take accountability, the single mom still has to pay for it. Whether she chooses to keep the baby or not keep the baby, she still pays the highest price. Thank you, Scott. So if you are always going to be the one to pay the highest price, then don't you think it would be wise to make the better choice than a man does?
Right? But then again, maybe she wasn't told that. Everybody does not have parents out here or good role models to tell them, oh,
Thank you,
you
Drew.
need to keep your legs closed. I will just
That's
speak
why.
about myself for a minute. Me, I'm a strong person. I don't have children because I look at the experience from my mom. Everybody don't have that. I refuse to be a single mother. I'm not going to open my legs to a man if I know he's not going to take his responsibility and take care of that child. So for myself, taking responsibility that I refuse to be a single mother, I will not have children. I don't care if I die and not have a child.
Thank
I'm
you,
not
Fly. Say
being
it
a
on the
single
live,
mother.
please. So this is the difference between you and the other Fefails who grew up in a household like yours. Is there are ones who are just a little bit more intelligent and there are ones that are slow. That's just it. That's the difference. It's not that no one taught them because no one taught you, but somehow you knew I don't want this to be my reality. What's the difference between you who was raised in a broken home and another Fefail who was raised in a broken home but ended up being a single mom? Intelligence. Intelligence is the difference. That's the only difference.
But everybody is not me. So
No. Not everyone is either a little bit more intelligent or a little bit more smart. Some people are dumb. Some people are slow. But that is the core difference.
but I just don't feel that they're less desired because I mean, I even been around women
Thank you,
who are
D.
single mothers and they get men easily. Me, I don't get men easily because first of all, I'm not a person that's very approachable to some. And
Wow, that's not actually. You see, a lot of you females get a lot of things mistaken. So you think it's a bad thing that men are not approaching you. If anything, that's actually a compliment because the more men approach you, it means that more men see you accessible. The fact that single moms are being approached by men, it means that a lot of men see them easy and see them as community boxes. If men are not approaching you like that, that's not always a bad thing. See, that's where a lot of you females get it mistaken. Not all attention is good attention. When you have a lot of men talking to you, that really means you look like a 304 or you are a 304. Either way, they saw community box and they want to clap them cheeks. And that's why you see a lot of these single moms able to attract a lot of men.
yeah, but yeah. But then again, too, you got to look at it this way. There's a lot of single moms who are married as well.
Thank you, Nomad.
I mean, look at Ashanti and Nelly, for example. Nelly didn't want a child, but he got married to Ashanti and they had a child because she wanted the child.
But
And
Shanti
he made
is not a single
clear
mom
as
though.
day.
Shanti is
No,
not a
but I'm
single
saying
mom.
this. Listen to me. I'm saying this, that he clearly said, I'm not taking care of that child because I didn't want it. I just got her pregnant because she wanted the child.
That does not, okay, I get what you're saying, but she's not a single mom. Like, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. She got married. Clearly the man desired her.
Married. He's not taking her responsibility. You help make that child, you need to help take care of it as well. At the end of the day, that's still your child.
Vintage. If you really think he's not helping take care of that child, then you are a new level of slow. Okay, please. He clearly he is. Maybe he's not changing a couple of nappies, but the man is. Who do you think is paying most of the bills? Whose house do you think they're living in? Like, cut it out. A lot of you Fefails, you hear one thing and you think he ain't do. You possibly cannot believe that he is not taking care of that household. Because you watched one scene. Okay, well, there's loads of crickets, so it seems like you have nowhere to go. But thank you anyways for joining. Joyce, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yes, single moms are the least desired. I'm a widow.
Thank you, Rode. Yeah, I do not. I exempt widows and victims. Can you please address the prompt?
Prove me wrong. My mom was single. She was abused.
Yeah, I just told you I exempt victims and widows.
And my sister was a single mom for a while, and she got married to a great man.
Okay then. So is your sister a victim or a widow?
No, she's not.
All right then. Then she is 100% still the least desired. Why is she not with the child's father? Why is she not with the child's father?
Because he was in prison.
Okay then. So it's clear that do you disagree with the prompt?
Yes, she was a great mom.
So then your sister shacked up with a man who's a criminal, and somehow you don't think she's the least desired.
No, she didn't shack up with him. So
she didn't shack up with him. Were they married?
No.
Okay then. So she was definitely shacking up with him.
She was 15, a child.
Oh my goodness me. So your sister was fast.
No.
Is she a victim? Is she a victim?
Yes.
Okay then. Once again, I do not talk about victims. Are you slow or are you slow?
Hi.
All right. It's your girl Danny. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hi, thank you. I disagree with single mom are the least desired. And I say that because I'm a single mom myself.
Thank you,
and I have not had a problem with being desired, I should say. Like, it's just, and I have and yes, I will take accountability and I will say that at 18 years old, I should not have been doing what I was doing. You know, I was fast. I'm going to say I was fast because what are you doing? Fresh out of high school? Come on. What was I doing? I don't know what I was doing. So I would take accountability and say I was being stupid. But the whole desire.
Okay, thank you, Mazen.
I haven't had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you feel like you are not the least desired then? What makes you believe that?
Well, I feel like having a child doesn't say.
Thank you, Scott.
Doesn't determine your worth, you know? Having a child doesn't immediately say this person is worth nothing now, or damaged goods, I should say.
Okay, then. So you say that having a child doesn't determine your worth, but you just admitted that you was fast. Do you not think that being fast determines your worth?
No, I don't. I mean, let's be
You
real.
don't.
Your mind doesn't really mature until you reach the age 25. So I'm
Yeah,
still
your mind
I'm
doesn't
still a child,
mature.
even though I'm a legal adult. Yes, I'm still
No, 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 no,
immature.
no.
I'm naive. I didn't know what I was
No, no,
doing for
you
one,
knew,
and I
you
had a
knew,
very
you knew.
sheltered life.
Hold on, hold
So
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. First thing is first, you knew, okay? Did you not have Smex Ed at school?
no, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a very, very dark childhood, okay? And so I grew up very, very violent, very hostile, very, very,
Thank you,
very
Theo.
everything, you know? So
Welcome,
I wasn't
welcome.
in school. I kept getting kicked out of school. So I wasn't in school. I wasn't learning all of that. And I had a very sheltered life. I was stuck inside all day. So when I turned 18, I thought since I was, nobody could tell me nothing, I jumped into things that I probably shouldn't have jumped into in a relationship that I was previously in.
Okay then.
And
So
I should admit,
okay,
I
so
left the
hold on,
relationship.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. So this is it, right? It sounds like you had a traumatic or some type of traumatized childhood, okay? And then you chose to be fast and had a baby. Now, all of that is your past. That only proves more why you are the least desired. You are a heavy load.
But
That's just
I'm
the
not
truth.
a heavy load.
You are a heavy load. Really look at it logically. Let's really take a look at it logically, right? You said you had a dark past. You never stayed in school. I don't even know if your parents were married or not, right? But you had a dark past, always got kicked out of school. You started popping your coochie at 18. Now you had a baby, and somehow you think your past doesn't matter and you're not a heavy load?
No, I think my past does matter because it made me who I am and who I am and how strong I am. So let me tell you this. At 18 years old, I wasn't popping it out, okay? I had one boyfriend, one relationship, and that happened. And let me tell you this. Even when I was pregnant, I was still getting people, and now I'm not saying that's a good thing. But I'm saying now I am, because I don't have a problem with that. A lot of men actually have told me, and women, because I get both, to be honest. A lot of men and women have told me that me being a proud mom that I am, I'm not ashamed to say I have a child. When I meet somebody, the first thing I tell them is, I have a child, the father's not involved. He was
Yeah, yeah,
abusive.
there's,
So I left. I
yeah,
left
don't use
because
that
he put
word.
me and my child at risk at 2 months
Okay, girl.
pregnant. So I
Okay,
left.
okay, 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 okay. Danny. This is what I don't like a lot about you, Fefails. Is the first thing you said is you are not a. You said that hey, I was fast. I was popping my coochie at 18, and now you're telling me you are a victim. It's quick how you Fefails use the victim card very quickly, but you didn't
But I
think to
was a
tell me that
victim.
in the beginning. Now the
Because it
reality
didn't
is.
happen in the beginning. I
Hold
keep trying
on, Danny.
to
Hold
tell you
on,
that it did
Danny.
not
Hold
happen in
on,
the
Danny.
beginning.
Danny, the reality is you are a heavy load. There's nothing desirable
I'm not a
about
heavy load.
your reality. There's nothing desirable about your relationship with your baby dad. And there's nothing desirable about your upbringing. A man and every other woman would rather have a healthier upbringing and a healthier woman by their side.
Yeah,
Everything about
I
you,
don't, I
everything
don't
about
disagree.
you right now shouts dark. Even your reality feels dark. There's nothing
I
there's nothing
love,
desirable about that.
look, like I was trying to say, like, I'm not least desirable because like I was saying, I have men and women tell me that the fact that I am a proud mom and that I am so, like, I just love being a mom, they say that that's attractive to them and
Yeah,
that they
listen.
don't mind. And right now,
Yeah,
I'm actually
you
talking to someone that has no kids.
okay, the only
I'm
type
not
of men,
talking
the
to a
only yes
weirdo.
you are. The only type
He
of men,
loves my child for
no, yeah,
one.
and
Don't
that's
even
weird.
start.
That's weird. How does he love your child but he's not your husband? He doesn't even know that
What if I
child.
don't want to get married?
How
I'm
does-
only
how
18
does-
years old.
So
Why
wait,
would
you
I want to
don't
get
want to get
married right now?
married. Wait, you
I
don't
don't
want to
wanna
get
get married
married.
right now.
You don't want to get
I don't
married,
wanna
but you're
get married
talking
right
to
now.
so you're getting your cheeks clapped by this guy who
I'm
loves
not
your
get,
child.
I've been celibate since I found out I was
Oh, okay
pregnant.
then.
Come
So
on
you're
now.
talking to this guy. Let's get this straight, right? Let's get this straight, right? You don't want to get married, but you're entertaining this guy who loves your child, and you don't think that's weird. So you're telling me this man loves your
No.
child has no type of intimate relationship with you, has no children, and you don't think that's weird?
No, I don't.
Yeah, this
If
is
he
why
can like
single moms
my
are
child,
slow.
if he can like my child, then that means
How can he
can
love
like
your
me. He
child?
likes
How can
if
he
he
love
likes
your child?
okay, look, this is what I'm trying to
How can he
say.
love your child if you have no relationship with him? Like, what is this? How does he love your
This is
child?
what
He
I'm
doesn't know
trying to
your
this is what I'm
child.
trying to say. Before I talk to anyone, I let them know that I have a kid, because it's not fair to them if we're like, let's say 1 year into the relationship and I randomly say, oh yeah, I have a kid, by the way. That's not fair to them. So I come off and say I have a kid so they
Thank
know
you,
what they're
Super.
dealing with. They have a chance to
Yeah,
walk
that still
away.
doesn't
And
answer
I
the
gave
question.
him
How does a
plenty of
man love
chances
your
to walk away.
child?
But when he
How does a
stays,
man love your child who's not his child and he doesn't have children to begin with?
he doesn't have kids. And it doesn't matter to him, is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter to
How
him that
does he
I
love
have a
your
child.
child? How does he love your child? But you're not even intimate with him.
And my dad
And he
is in my
doesn't.
life.
And
Thank
he
you very
doesn't.
much.
And he
He
doesn't
is.
have children himself.
My
How?
dad is in my life. Can you
No
tell
one's
your
talking.
commenters
Can
to
you? Can you
stop
please? No,
like
I'm not
being
gonna tell the commenters to do anything. Please answer my question. Ignore the commenters. Okay? They will say anything. Ignore the comments. Can you unmute, please?
What's your question?
So the question is, how can this man love your child if you are not wanting to get married to him?
I
You're
just said I'm not wanting to get married right
you
now.
said you don't want to get married. All right, so you
Right
don't want
now.
to get married.
Right now.
You're not having, apparently you're celibate.
Right
This
now.
man has no children. He's
Nope.
around your child, and you
He's
don't
not
think that's
around my
weird?
kid. Who said
So
he was
he's
around
not
my
around. Has he ever
kid?
met
No
your
one's
child?
coming
Has he ever
around
met your
my
child?
kid. No
So
one's
he's
coming
never met your
around my
child.
kid.
So he's never met your child.
He has met her.
Okay then. So
He's
is
just
he
not
around your
around her.
children? Yes or no? Is he around your kid? Yes or no?
No, he's not. Why would I bring
So then how
a
can
man
he
around
love
my
your
kid?
child? How
Look,
can he love
look,
your child?
look,
He's never
look,
been around.
look.
That doesn't even make any sense.
If he had a child, okay, look. So what's the difference from saying
How does
someone
he
with a
love
lot
a
of
child that he's not ever been around? Like,
I
what
do
does
not
that
want to
even,
be
what does
with
that even mean?
multiple men. Come on now. That's crazy.
So he doesn't love your child. So he just
And I have
you
told
you
him
have
the
this
only
man. Hold on. You have this man talking to you, telling you he loves your child that he's never even been around, and you still think that's not weird.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, and first of all, I was exaggerating. I was exaggerating. Okay. He knows I have a kid. He doesn't mind it, for one. And two, I already told you said you said you did not say that there's no love for us out there for single mothers, but you're
Yeah,
saying that we're the
hold
least
on.
desired.
Hold on. There's a difference between love and being the least desired. They're very two different things.
But
Okay?
how can
The
someone love you if they
reality
don't
is
desire you? Hello?
listen, there's always going to be a simp out there that's going to want some coochie. Okay? That's just the
Yeah,
reality.
and it's up to you to give it to
But
them
it
or
still
not.
doesn't
It's up to you
change.
to give it
But
to
it
them or
still
not.
doesn't. But hold on, it still doesn't change the fact that single moms are the least desired because the only men that they can attract are a bunch of weirdos who have no children. If a man has a child, then that's understandable why he would want to pursue a relationship with a single mom. But if
If you
he
have
is
a
childless,
child,
hold on, if he's childless, then there is some type of weird flex going on. It is weird. And
how is
clearly
it?
clearly he knows that you are easily
I'm
accessible.
not easily accessible.
What you
No,
have is a man waiting for you to open your legs. That's what he's doing.
no,
He is
he's not. And
sitting
if he
patiently.
was,
Yes, he is. Be
if he
logical
was, he
for a
would have
second.
done
Let's
it
be
already.
logical.
And
Let's
it's
be
my
logical.
choice to do
Wait.
it or not.
Hold on, girl.
If
Let's
it
be logical.
was,
Let's
I
be
would have
logical.
left a long
Let's be
time ago.
logical. Let's be logical, right? You made it clear that you are not looking for marriage, okay? If
Not
a
right
man
now.
truly
I'm not
not
saying I'm
right
not looking for
now.
it ever.
Okay,
Not
not
right
right now.
now. I
Okay,
keep
not right
telling you,
now.
I'm 18. What do I
I
have to
get
get
it. I
married
get it. We
for?
get it. But
What
the
if I
point
just want to
is,
be in a relationship? Huh?
Danny, the point is, right, if a man wanted to get married right now, he wouldn't be sitting there waiting. If he really
I
was
don't,
serious,
but
hold
don't
on,
it.
Danny. Oh my goodness me, just hold on, okay? This guy is not looking to marry you. If he was
They're
looking to
both
marry,
18. What do we have to get married
hold on.
for?
That's the Danny. It has nothing to do with age, okay? Cut it out.
We're
You have a
both young.
baby.
I said,
Yeah,
okay, yes, I
you're
have a
talking about
child.
marriage. You're a
It's
single
beautiful. I love
mom.
my
You are a
child.
single
Thank
mom.
you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm a single
Hold on,
mother.
Danny. You say you're too young to get married, but you wasn't too young to get your cheeks clapped. Thank you, Scott. Make it make sense.
That's what I'm. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yep,
Exactly. So cut it
yep.
out. You're not too
I'm
young.
too young
You
to
was
get married,
grown
but
enough
I'm
to
not
get
too
your
young to have
cheeks
a child.
clapped.
Thank
You
you.
was grown
For
enough to
one, let
get
me
your
tell you
cheeks
something. Let
clapped.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Hold on,
something.
Danny. So cut it out.
It wasn't my
You ain't too
choice
young to
to
get
have.
married if you popped a baby. Okay? Please, cut it out.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying. I was talking over you. Can you repeat that? I didn't hear.
I said you was grown enough to pop a baby. So you are grown enough to get married. Whether you're ready now or not, the reality is this man is waiting to clap your cheeks, not to marry you.
Okay, you know what? That actually makes sense. I am grown enough to get married, but I just don't want to right now because I don't want to. You know what? You're
Exactly.
right.
And guess
No, I
what?
don't
He
want to get
doesn't want
married
to
right
get
now.
married. He just wants to clap your cheeks. That's why he's there. A man that wants to get married is not going to sit and wait. He's going to get a wife.
That doesn't make. Wait, hold on a second. I'm not too young to get married, and I'm not because I wasn't too young to make a baby, even though I
Yes.
wasn't Korean. But all I'm saying is that I don't want to get married right now. You know
All
what I'm
right
saying?
then. You don't want to get married. Guess what?
But
The
I'm
guy
not too
you're
young to
talking
get
to,
married,
the guy you're talking to doesn't want
and
to
I'm not
get married
lusting after
either.
anyone. Okay.
This is why single moms are the least desired because the guy that you are attracting right now only wants to clap your cheeks. He doesn't want to marry you. He doesn't love your pitney. He just wants to clap cheeks. Your whole
I can
reality
assure
right
you he
now,
doesn't.
your whole
I can assure you
reality,
he doesn't. Thank
he
you.
does. He
He
does.
doesn't. Thank you.
He does. He
And
does.
that's
Because
not the case for every single
if he
mother,
really did,
by the way.
listen, if that man really wanted to get married, he would have said, listen,
Wait
I
a
want
minute.
to
Why
get
do
a
we even
wife.
care? Why do you even care about what single mothers are doing with their life?
It's a debate.
Why?
I'm debating about single moms.
You're
Come on, we
debating
can't
about
be
this
this
every
slow.
single day, though. Like I've scrolled across your
Exactly.
lives.
Right. Exactly. Maybe you should have thought about that before popping your coochie. You was
Yeah, you're right. I
all
should have.
right.
I should have thought
Exactly.
about
That's
what
why.
I'll
That's
have
why
to
you're
do.
here
And let me tell
debating
you
me because
something.
you
Let me
know
tell you
damn well
something.
single
Let me
moms
tell
are
you
the least
something.
desired.
And for the people that are saying we love to create broken homes, that's not true because a lot of us are actually victims, and some people don't have a choice in it, and some people don't want to. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
listen,
two months,
Danny.
two
If you
months
want
in,
to give
two
me your
months
sob
in, 2 months
story,
in, I left the
Danny, if you want to
relationship.
give me your sob story, you need to go seek a therapy session, okay? I'm not your therapist. The comment section is not your therapist, okay? If you want to give a sob story, go seek a
I'm not
psychiatrist.
giving a top story. I'm saying the
All right
truth.
then.
Why I
All
did what I
right then.
did.
So then I don't want to hear any more victim talk.
I'm not saying look.
All right, so I don't
chose
want to
to
hear
bring
it
her into the
anymore.
world.
I
I
don't
had
want
a
to hear about
choice. I
victims.
chose
I
to bring
don't
her
want to
into the
hear
world.
about victims. I don't want to hear about
I
victims.
chose to bring her into the world. Single moms
Okay,
do
then.
get married. Single moms are desirable.
They're not.
Stop worrying
Single
about other
moms, do you know the
women.
top reason? Do you know the top reason why single moms are single moms? The top reason why
Because most of
single
them,
moms, because
some of them are victims.
no,
Some of them just want to leave. Some of
no,
them,
we're not
the
talking
man
about
isn't good.
victims. That's not
So
the top
why are we
reason.
taking
Thank you,
the? Why
Jasmine.
are the
No,
men taking
that's not
accountability? Why
true.
is it always
That's
the
not
women?
true. That's not true. The top
Yes,
reason
it
why
is
single
true. Yes, it
moms,
is true.
no, it's not. If you actually take a look at why single moms are single moms, is because majority of them had intercourse outside of wedlock. The last reason why single moms,
Learn
the
from that
last,
and what?
the top,
And what a wedding.
no, that's not because they're
please.
victims. That's not because they're
Oh,
victims. The
I'm
first
saying some
reason,
of them are victims.
yeah, we're not talking about the victims though. That's the rules.
It wasn't hard.
It really was.
Like
It
I
really
said, that
was
was
hard
my
for you to
choice.
close your
That
legs.
was
It
my
was.
choice.
You're
That
18
was my
years
choice.
old.
And I can
You're
say it was my
18 years
choice.
old and a
That was
single
my
mom
choice.
getting your cheeks clapped by another
Victims
dude.
of men
It
putting
was
their
hard.
hands on
We
a
are not talking about victims, like I said. Thank you, Jasmine.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So please. Thank you, Scott. The reality is single moms are the least desired because they don't have any standards and they never followed any standards to begin with.
Okay, socially, yes. Socially, yes. We might not everyone might not want a single mom, but there's a simple solution to that. Just
Thank you,
don't get with
Jasmine.
one. Just don't get with one. That's the
No,
solution.
that's
Just
not
don't
the
get with one.
solution. The solution is
It
keep your
is. If
legs
you don't
closed.
want to take care of
The
another
solution
man's
is
kids,
keep
just don't
your
get with the
legs
single mother.
closed. That's a backward solution. The solution is keep your legs closed.
The solution is just don't get with the single mother. You can't undo what's been
Majority
done
of men
already.
don't get
The
with
baby
single
is
moms.
here. The baby is
Majority
alive.
of
The
men
baby's
don't
walking. The
get
baby's
with
talking. The
single
baby's
moms
breathing.
though.
You cannot
Majority of
undo what
men
someone
don't
has
get.
already. Kids just don't get with the mom that's single.
Danny, majority of men do not even entertain single moms, okay? Majority of men don't entertain single moms. That is true.
That is not true. You know how
It
much
is
men
true.
are in the
It
world
is
that are
true. They
entertaining?
don't marry
There's
them.
someone entertaining
Majority
someone
of
right
single
now
moms
as
have
we
never been
speak.
married.
As
Majority
we
of single
speak.
moms.
As we
Listen,
speak.
Danny. A man trying to clap your cheeks doesn't mean you are not the least desired, okay? Men
That's
trying
not
to
what I'm
have
saying.
intercourse with you.
Men will
My
clap
point.
anything with eyes. Let's be real. They
No,
will
no,
clap anything
hold
with
on,
eyes.
Danny,
They will clap a dead
we get
body.
that. Danny, we get that, but the reality is,
Let's be
being
real.
a
Men will
single
clap
mom, you are going
anything.
to.
As long as you
Thank
you
you.
don't even gotta be alive.
Thank you,
As long
Jasmine.
as you just got
Danny, no, that's
eyes,
not a
you will be
lie.
clapped.
That's not a lie. Because single moms attract more men who want to clap cheeks more than childless women.
And we attract.
You
I'm trying to tell
don't.
you right now. Yes,
you
we
attract
do.
low barrel
Yes,
men.
we do.
Majority of men that are attracted to single moms
They
are men
don't
who
get
have
with
low
one.
self-esteem,
Don't
are criminals, are
don't get with the
predators,
single mother
are men
then.
who can't
Get
do
with
any
someone that doesn't have
better.
kids. Get with someone that doesn't have kids.
Majority of men who want single moms have low self-esteem and are a bunch of weirdos unless he's a baby dad. Those are the men that you attract. You don't attract an established, healthy,
Okay, so why aren't we talking about the
masculine
dads
man.
then? Why aren't we
Thank
talking
you,
about the dads
Jasmine.
then? Do they not get no fault? Do they not get no fault? It takes
Yeah, I
two
don't
to
talk
tango.
about men. The reality is,
Okay.
who pays the
I
highest
see what
price
you
when
are.
it
I
comes
see
to
what you are.
childbearing?
I see what you are. I see what you.
Who carries the most burden when it comes to childbearing?
You don't understand that men have a part in this too. Okay, so what are you saying? Single dads aren't desirable? Because I could tell you.
What I'm saying is single moms are the ones that are going to be held the most accountable because they are the ones that hold the
Men are
most
easy. What are you talking
responsibility.
about?
Who pays the highest price when it comes to becoming pregnant? Who? The man or the woman?
The woman,
Exactly.
And that alone,
So if a woman,
to have a child, it takes a lot.
pregnant, then thank you, just me.
You know, some women actually want to keep the child, so it's not like they're saying like it's just, you know what I'm saying, like it's not just a
To keep your legs closed. Thank you, just me.
I knew it, but that's what I'm saying now. You can't speak for all women though. You can't say single moms are the least desired, because right now you can't speak for all women. You don't know the different stories of women.
I don't need to know the different stories. If you are not a widow or a victim, then you chose to be a failure.
Okay, for one, okay, what do you classify as a victim? Let me ask that. What do you classify as a victim?
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, just me. A victim,
just
anyone that's been emotionally, mentally, or physically AB'd. It's just that simple.
Okay, and I still chose to have my child.
Yeah, Danny, like I said, if you want to talk about your victim story, go seek a psychiatrist. I'm not here to talk about your victim story.
I'm not here to talk about it either. But
all right then, so let's move on. Let's move on then. Let's move on.
Failure. I wanted to keep my child. I knew that I was gonna struggle. I knew that I was gonna suffer. I still chose to keep my child, not because I want to create a broken home.
Thank you, the Cube. Thank you, Theo. I do not talk about victims.
But yet you brought them in. Okay, bottom line is that we're not the least desired.
They are the least desired.
That's the bottom line.
Are the least
that's
desired.
The bottom line. In a person's worth shouldn't be determined on
if
children.
They're not the least desired, then how come over half have never been married? How come the number one reason?
Do you ever think that maybe they don't want to get married?
Is that they have never been married?
Maybe they don't want to get married.
So they chose to have a baby and no marriage. Do you think that's wise? Have a man's child that's not your husband. Thank you, D&D.
Maybe they don't want to get married. Hello.
Do you think that's wise? Do you think that's a wise choice to make? Carry a man's child that's not your husband.
We may be on the bottom of the list. Sure, that's true. A lot of people don't want a single mom. Yes, because apparently carrying another man's kids, and that bothers y'all fragile egos. But
how does it bother
at the same time, if you don't want to take care of another man's child, just simply don't be in a relationship with the fragile
ego. That has nothing to do with a man's fragile ego. That is a man who has standards and doesn't want to take care of another man's mistake.
Okay, and we have standards too. We're not gonna
but single moms don't have standards. They clearly did it if majority of them had intercourse outside of marriage. That's the reality. How can single mom have these so-called standards, but the number one reason is that they had a child outside of wedlock? Thank you for coming anyways. Thank you, D&D. Joe, welcome. Can you please address the prompt? Thank you, D&D. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Road. Joe, are you there?
I'm here.
Welcome. Thank you, Sati. Thank you, Nomad. Can you please address the prompt?
So I think single moms are the least desired. I've been sitting up here listening to you debate with Yana for the last couple of minutes, and I do think they're absolutely the least desired, just because they don't have standards, like you were saying earlier. They don't have that respect for themselves, where it's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna let this man touch me in that way, because I know that at the end of the day, it's giving me a lower value of life.
Thank you, Theo. Okay, then. I am looking for oppositions, Joe,
I got you.
but thank you anyways. I do appreciate the support. Harriet, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yeah, I disagree with you. 100% disagree with you.
Okay, why do you disagree?
So I just want to ask, what if two people, they get married, right? And the man decides that he's going to cheat on the woman and the woman decides to leave with her kids. Why should they be classed as least desired because he decided to cheat and she didn't want to stay in that relationship? How is that fair? Like, you're putting all of these
Thank
single
you,
women
D&D.
in one box. Like, you're putting all of these, like, single mums in one box and, like, saying that everyone is, like, least desired. No, it's not a little different. And all of these men in your comments
All right,
saying,
don't worry about the
oh,
comments, Harriet. Don't worry about the
no,
comments.
because all of these men
No, listen, we
belittling...
won't talk about the comments. I wish you Fefails could just focus. When you're on the panel, just address me. Address what I'm saying and I'll address what you're saying. The comments are saying things about me as well. Do you see me talking about it? No. Let's move. So I'm going to answer the question that you asked me, okay? Harriet, you can unmute. I just want you to stay focused. Don't worry about the comments. So you can unmute. Now you said, you asked, what if the woman was with her husband?
So...
Hold on. I'm going to
Okay,
answer your
so
question.
could you
real
answer
quick.
my question then?
That's what I'm trying to do right now. So you said, what if they were married and the husband cheats? Now, there is 3 answers to that. One is, if a man cheats on you, whether he's your boyfriend or your husband, clearly he didn't desire you enough to be loyal to you. The second reason is as well, a lot of these females, they choose cheaters. They knew he was red flags and they chose him anyway. The third reason is, if you initiate divorce and you choose to break your family, then you are a single mom who is also now the least desired.
But why should they have to stay in that relationship if they knew that they were being cheated on and they think, no, I'm better than this and I want to leave with my kids
Because
and
that's
make
the
a better life
husband
for
they
them?
chose. They chose a cheater. Not every
That's
man.
not, though. That's
Not
not. You
every
don't
man
know
can
that.
cheat.
You don't
Not
know
every
that.
man. Yes, it's true. Because not every man cheats, and not every man can cheat. That's the truth. Not every man
Yeah,
cheats,
but
and not every man can
realistically,
cheat.
a lot of men cheat. A lot of men cheat. They have
Yes, and a lot of
families
men
and then
don't cheat,
they break up
and a
the
lot of men
family.
don't cheat,
And
and a lot of men don't cheat as well.
okay, and a lot of women, a lot of single mums are the least desired.
Clearly, these divorcees, they love themselves a cheater. Once a cheater,
They
always a
don't love
cheater.
themselves a cheater. How do
Yes,
they know?
they do.
How do they know that they're going to get cheated on?
There's so many red
You can't
flags.
predict the
And let
future,
me
girl.
tell
Come
you.
on.
Yes, you can. Okay, for one,
You
right?
can't.
Yes, you can. Let me tell you how. Okay. Men who have high one way to tell if a man is more likely to cheat is a man who has a high body count. Men who have high body counts are more likely to cheat. A lot of these wives choose men that were clapping bare cheeks before they got married, and then shocked that he is lustful and can't be able to keep it in his pants.
But that's not all men. Not all men are
I'm
like
saying,
that.
hold on.
That,
What I'm saying, hold on.
Some,
Harriet,
no.
yeah, we know that's not all men. But
What
the
do they mean?
reality
Come on,
is,
Harriet.
exactly. So if it's not all, hold on. If you know it's not all men, then clearly they chose cheaters. Because not
No,
all
they
men
didn't.
have high body counts. One, not all men have high body counts, and not all men can cheat.
Why? Okay, so why should the women have to stay in relationships that they
Because
don't want to be in?
they chose
No, they
to
didn't.
marry
You don't
a
just
cheater.
say, oh yeah, I want to be with him. He's
chose
cheated so
to
many
marry
times.
a cheater.
No,
That's
they
why.
didn't.
Yes, they did.
How?
They
How have
knew.
they chosen a cheater? Do you
They
do you
knew,
realistically
yes.
think that any woman is going to be like, yeah, you know what, I
Yes,
fancy
they
that
do.
cheater? No, they
Yes, they
don't.
do. A lot of these females, they think they can change this man. They think, hey, if I can be the perfect wife and the perfect woman to this man, then he's going to be loyal to me. And they find out that you can do nothing to change him. Thank you, Jasmine.
I totally disagree with that. Totally
Well,
disagree with that.
clearly their husbands don't disagree because they're clapping cheeks and now she's a single mom. So who's the least desired now when your husband couldn't
And
even
what?
keep it
Yeah,
in
like the
his
girl said
purse?
before. What about
Thank
the
you,
dads?
D&D.
Like, what about the dads? Why are they more desired?
Well, if there's more single moms, then sadly, yeah, they are.
No,
Because
it's
clearly,
not.
yeah, do you know there's more single moms than single dads, right? So clearly, somewhere along the lines, they're doing a little bit better. Cuban, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
I only have one question. What stops any woman on planet Earth from becoming a single mom, even if they are to get married and then have children? What
Before
stops them
I
from
answer the
becoming a single
question,
mom?
can you please address the prompt?
How do you want me to address the prompt? Everybody is
Do
reading
you
it
agree?
currently.
Do you agree that single moms are the least desired?
No, I think this is small brain logic.
Okay, that's your reason. So what stops you from being a single mom? By
Besides
learning,
abstinence.
yeah, by learning how to court and finding the right man to
Okay, so
marry.
boom, you can still get married in your mind to who you think is the right man, because nobody has the ability to perceive somebody fully, or their actions, or the
Okay,
patterns that
then
they will
Cuban.
produce.
So
Let
by
me
your
finish. Let me
logic,
finish. No. Let me finish. Or the patterns that they will produce in life, correct? So you can get
no,
married,
that's not
have
correct.
children with a man, and still end up a single
No.
mom, whether you become divorced or if you still marry that man, because there are too many women who are married to
Yeah,
men who
no.
have great jobs. You know what I'm saying? And they always sit up
So
there and say, I'm a
Cuban, by
married
your
single
logic,
mom.
right? Answer this question, please.
No,
By
not
your
by my
logic,
logic, not by my
hold
logic,
on, hold on. That is your
by
logic.
statements
You're
that I've
telling
seen from
me
other
it
people.
is your logic. Come on,
That's
let's
not
be
my
for
logic,
real.
boo. So you're saying what you're saying
So
is your
hold
logic too.
on,
So that
Cuban,
means that nobody has to agree with
hold on. I have a
you,
question.
because
I have
this
a
is your
question for you.
logic.
Okay, then I have a question for you.
Go
So,
ahead.
how is it that are wives out there who can be able to find a husband that is loyal and then a healthy marriage? What's the
You do
difference?
realize, if you have common sense, that it's person to person situations.
All right then. So what's the
Anybody with common sense
difference?
will
What's
know
the
that.
difference then? What's the difference?
You literally never
How
answer my
come one
question.
wife? How come one wife? You didn't ask me a question. You just
I
made a
did ask you a
statement.
question. No, I did
What
ask you a
was
question. You were just
what
not
was
paying
your
attention,
question?
because your goal is to
What
overtalk
was
the
your
people that you bring up.
question? Just answer. What was your
What,
question?
as a woman, besides abstinence, will stop you from becoming
I
a single
did. I
mom,
said
whether
finding the
you get
right
married,
man. I said
whether you
finding
become
the
married?
right man. I just answered the question. Finding a
Okay,
right
by your
man. There are
logic. So by your
plenty.
logic. So by
There's
your logic.
plenty of yes. By that
So
logic,
by
because there
your
are
logic,
plenty
you're
of
saying
wives
that.
out there. There are plenty of wives out there who have never been cheated on,
Yes, and there are plenty
who
of
are in
wives out
healthy
there who have
marriages.
been cheated on.
How come those wives were able to find a husband that was healthy and loyal?
You do
How?
realize it is person to person, because that is not how real
No,
life
do you know
works.
what it is,
This is
Cupid?
the
What it is,
internet.
let me tell you how. You don't know how. So let me tell you how. There are some single moms out there who are unintelligent, don't know how to vet,
There are
don't know
people
how
out there
to
with kids
court,
who are not
don't know
intelligent,
how
and
to
that's very
court, and
obvious.
what they do is they think with their coochie first before thinking
Nobody
with their
thinks with their
mind,
vagina. You
and
are
they
a
choose.
woman sitting
Yes,
on
they
the
do.
internet
And
trying to find a way to make yourself feel better than other women, when you need to realize that no matter what,
the
as a woman,
cheaters.
you are still subject to
They
anything that
choose
the next
the
woman is subject
cheaters.
to. It does not make you
They
better.
choose
You're
the
still game
cheaters.
to every man you come across, because
No, that's
two
not
men like
true.
women, you're
That's
game.
not
Yes, it is.
true.
Yes, it
Because
is. By my
then
logic, it is true. By my logic, it is true.
Cuban,
By my logic, it is true. I don't have to agree
what
with
you're
you. That's the
saying is
thing. That's the thing.
every woman.
Nothing on
What you're
earth will
saying
stop
is,
you from becoming a
hold
single
on,
mom.
Cuban. By your logic, if every man is a cheater, then
Don't
every
mute me,
woman
baby.
is
We
a
can go head up.
304.
Don't mute me, baby. We can go head up.
Then your
Don't mute me,
logic,
baby. We can
then
go head up.
please, okay? I'm
Your
trying to
logic makes
speak.
zero sense.
I'm
You're a
trying to
woman.
speak. Okay, I don't mind going back and
Subject
forth
to
here and
anything that the
there.
next woman is subject to. It doesn't make you better. This live is for small brains. This is
Yeah,
small
that's
brain
why
logic.
single moms,
You
the
have to
only
live in
small
real
brains
life,
here are
boo.
single moms. The only
No, you
small
have to
brains are
live in
single
real life,
moms.
boo. Your
How did you
thinking is
end up
not
being a single
logical.
mom if you don't have a small
Your
brain?
thinking is not logical,
Clearly
and that's
wives are
very
doing
obvious.
better. The only
Anybody with a
small
larger
brains are
brain
single
capacity is
moms.
able
The
to
only
understand that the
small
way that you're
brains
thinking
are
is not
single
logical, because
moms.
it does not
Let's
apply
just be
to real life
logical.
situations, ma'am. It
For
doesn't
you to
apply
be
to real life
intelligent,
situations, man. We live in real
it
life.
means that
We
you
live in
get
real life,
married
not the
in a
internet. You
healthy
gotta get off of
marriage.
TikTok. You gotta go get off of TikTok TikTok and go touch grass and go talk to real people who live real life
Yeah.
situations,
No
not the
one
internet.
wants to talk to a bunch of Fefails. Thank you. I don't want to talk to a bunch
Well,
of failed
somebody is obviously
females.
sitting up here listening to you, big
Yeah,
mouth.
I'd rather
So I'm
debate
confused.
online than come in
And then
person
on
with
top
a
of that, I
failed
also would like to
female.
point out the fact that you're not a very good debater because you like to overtalk people when they're speaking. That's not how
Yeah,
a
and
debate.
so do you. I'm only giving you the same energy you're giving
Doing
me.
what you're
Okay?
doing.
If you wanted me to wait and listen to you speak, then you have to do
I'm
the
doing
same with
everybody
me.
else. I'm
If you want me to wait and let you
doing what you're
speak,
doing.
then you have to do the same thing
Everybody
as well.
talk.
If you can be
Nothing will
able
stop you
to
from being a
listen
single
to
mom.
me speak,
Nothing will stop a
then
man from
don't
cheating on
expect
you.
me to give you the same response. You
You're
get
not
it?
exempt.
I only give you the
You're a
energy
woman. You're not
you give
exempt.
me, all right? Just like single moms
You're
have
a woman.
small brains and they
You're a
were
woman.
quick
You're
to
not
pop their
exempt.
coochie,
You are a
I
woman.
am going to overtalk you just
You
like
are
you
not a woman.
overtalk
You're a woman.
me.
You're not exempt. You're a woman. You're not
Okay,
exempt.
I don't care what you think.
You're a
Guess what? These
woman.
baby dads don't care about their pitneys either.
You don't have to
That's
care
the
about what I
reality.
do, but it's
Where's these
facts. You
baby
only start
dads?
yelling because you
Why
can't keep
aren't
up
these
with the
baby dads
conversation.
taking
You're
care
saying
of
the
their
same things
pitneys?
over and over and over again. You're a woman. You're not exempt. You're a game.
Okay then. That's all
You're
you can
game, boo.
say.
No matter how
That's all
smart
you
you think
can say.
you are game.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's why there's
very much
wives out
so.
there.
And that's just
That's
the
why
truth. And
there's
you're a
wives
woman
out
and you
there.
know that because you
Okay,
know how men.
Cuban.
No, boo, I'm finna do you how you do everybody else. Come on, keep
All
up,
right
baby.
then. So go back to the streets then and continue doing that mess. Okay? Go join the rest of the Fefails in the streets. You ain't doing anything but being degenerate. That's the only thing you do. You do is doing degeneracy. That's all you do. All right? Tori, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
I don't think that single moms are least desired. It's just that's like, that can go anyway on any type of female. So that's like kind of stereotypical. But my question is, like, you said single moms have small brains. Like, how do
Yes.
you equate that? Like, it's some ladies that have been married for years, like, and they get divorced and now they're single parents. My sister was married for like 20 years and her husband got a divorce. She's a single mom now. So how can you say that?
Okay, then how could I say that? Well, the reality is majority of these single moms are the ones that initiate divorce. You must have a small brain to choose to break up your family. If you are the
So
one
what if a guy
initiating
cheats
divorce,
on a woman or he decides to go be with another woman? How can that be the woman's fault that he
because
decided to do something
that's the
else?
man that she chose. That's the man that she chose to marry. These men have red flags from the beginning. Okay, I know you females love to say we can't tell, we can't tell. I don't believe that lie. It's the
So,
biggest lie you females tell.
so
Is that we
you
couldn't
don't
be
think,
able to tell. We couldn't be able to tell the red flags. That's a damn lie. Okay, men are not geniuses. They're not magicians. Okay.
so you
They
don't
have
think,
red flags. They are human too. If you are incapable of vetting the right man, then clearly you have small brain.
so you don't think that people grow apart?
Just because you grow apart don't mean you destroy your family.
Like, okay, so just because you grow apart, you mean you stay together for
Yes,
the
of
kids?
course, you stay
But
together.
what if it's violence involved? Like, what if it's
I don't
like
talk about
abuse?
victims. I exempt victims and widows.
So you exempt victims and widows. But sometimes that's the case. Like, people can't get over
Yeah,
their
that's
differences.
sometimes that's the case, but that's not the top reason why. The top two reasons why is having children outside of wedlock. Then it's divorcees. Then it's females who choose to be single moms through sperm donors. Then it's
Oh yeah.
widows, and then
Okay.
it's the victims. So if you
Oh,
actually look up
okay.
why single moms are single moms, the top three reasons is not even victims.
Oh, okay. So I was just trying to understand where you were coming from with this, but I agree with you on some of those topics. So, okay, I get it.
Okay then. Seems like you kind of agree.
Yeah, I agree on the act when you actually break it down, but you put it in a whole narrative. It's now you generalized it to certain people. Now I understand what you're saying. I didn't understand what you were saying before because you can't say that about everybody because it's a bunch of different scenarios. Like
Well,
there's
I speak logically, not emotionally, not like a lot of these fefails. But thank you anyways for coming. That's the difference. A lot of these fefails are very emotional. That's why they couldn't keep their legs closed. A lot of them are emotional. Martini, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
I don't believe that single moms are the least desired. I do believe, however, that
Thank you, Joe.
low quality men don't desire single moms.
Okay, then.
But I
So,
have a question for you specifically. Are you married with children?
yeah, that's none of your business. Let's just get back to the point. So,
Okay,
you
but
said that
I need
you.
that information in order to
No,
make
you
a
don't
point.
need that information. What? Are you obsessed with my nyash? Are you a fan? What is it?
Because I feel like women that stay in bad relationships, bad marriages, have extremely low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's why they end up a lot of times being single moms because clearly they had low self esteem to open their legs. I mean, if anyone that fits what you just said is single moms, because you must have had the lowest self esteem to open your legs to a man that's not your husband, that just wanted to clap your cheeks, bust inside you, and didn't even respect you enough after you gave birth to that child to say, hey, let me make you an honest woman and marry you because I just watched you give life to my child. Yeah, no, that is the lowest self esteem you could ever be as a woman to
Well,
let that happen.
you don't have control over what other people do,
I
number
mean, you have
one.
control over keeping your legs closed.
Well, condoms break. You know, there are
Okay,
IUDs
then.
that
So, like
default.
I said,
There
legs
are ways that
closed.
people can get pregnant
Yeah,
not
like
by
I said,
choice.
legs closed. You have control over keeping your legs closed. Why are you having intercourse with a man that doesn't even want to be committed to you but just wants to bust a nut?
But there's also women who wait until marriage to have sex and to have children, and
Intercourse,
then
please, or
for whatever
smacks.
intercourse, and then for whatever reason that relationship doesn't work out, and then they do become single. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they're any less
If they
quality than
chose,
a
if they
person.
chose to, if they chose to initiate divorce, then they are the least desired. A man is not skipping to a divorcee and saying, oh wow, I would love to make you a wife, even though the likelihood of you divorcing me is twice as high.
That happens all the time where men choose a divorcee over a single
Not a
woman
lot.
all the time.
Not enough. Not enough. Not enough to change the marriage rates. Not enough to change the marriage rates.
I disagree.
You could disagree, but we would hear it all over if it was enough. If there was more men marrying divorcees, it would be a complete societal shift that we would be hearing about it. It's not
So you
enough.
believe that most men are marrying women that have never been in prior relationships?
Yes, most men are doing that. Yes, even though the marriage rates are low, but childless feminine women are still the most desired, not single moms.
Okay, I still disagree, but
Okay,
thank you.
then. I don't know how females can disagree with logic. That's where I don't understand that is how could you disagree with logic? And a lot of these females, they love to say that, well, men want this, men want that. The only ones that like single moms are weird. Denise said, why are you lying? What am I lying about? What is so desirable about single moms? Like, let's just be logical for a second. What is desirable about single moms? What, the child? What, the fact that she can clap her cheeks? Do you Fefails even ask yourself this? What can a single mom do that a childless woman can't do? If anything, they are the complete opposite. They are bottom barrel. There's nothing that single moms bring to a man that is going to be any better or any more valuable than a childless woman. Nothing. Cuban.
Okay, I don't know why y'all keep bringing me back up here. My point is still the same. What I said is not going to change. I stand firm in my beliefs because I live real life. I don't live for internet prompts and, oh, this is my logic, this is that and the third. We know what goes on in real life. Whether you have kids or you don't have kids, you are still a game hoe to these men. You're just a hoe without kids.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not
that
about, no,
is.
shut up. Whoa, let me finish. It's not about
Hold
women.
on. Okay. You don't tell me to shut up, but
You're
you can
because you
finish your
always
point.
overtalk when somebody's trying to finish getting their sentence out, and that's how people who cannot debate
Finish
argue.
then.
Because, well, let me. If you would be quiet, I could.
Thank you, extra.
You have to live in real life. You are a woman. Talking down on other women on the internet is not going to make you better than the next woman, and it does not make you exempt from the things that every other woman on earth goes through. You're a woman. Like, why are you sitting up here on the internet pandering? That's weird.
Okay, you're done. All right. Now,
Well, okay, Panda Bear, I've been done. This live got
okay then.
184
So in real
people in it.
life,
Show me 20 bands right now, Miss.
Oh my goodness me. Look, even you still talk.
Show me some money right now, Miss. No
All right,
kids.
all right. Go,
I have
please. Are you
kids. Show
going
me
to
20
let
bands.
me respond? Honestly.
I want to know what makes you better than me as a woman.
I
With
never
you
said
not
I was
having
better
kids.
than you. I'm going to
With
respond to what you said.
do you have kids, lady?
That is none of your business. Now, the
You
reality
can't
is,
get up here.
in real life,
You cannot get
single
up here and talk about people
moms
with kids.
have never been
You don't want to let
married,
the world know if you have
are
kids.
too small brained to
Probably
even get a
do.
man to marry them.
You probably do have.
That's the reality. See,
Everybody
in
has
real
sex.
life, single moms are
Has sex,
poverty
Doug.
stricken. In
Not
real
better than the
life,
next person.
single moms create
You're not better than the
304s
next
and
person. You're still
criminals. That's what they do.
fall
In
victim to the
real
men.
life,
You're a
single moms
woman. You run
don't
on
even
emotion.
create a healthy
Because you lucky
society.
today. You
All
want
they do
you're
is
gonna say
make a
yes.
bunch of
You're gonna say
304s and
yes. You're
criminals.
gonna
That's what's happening
say
in real
yes.
life. In real life,
Well,
single
stop muting
moms
my
are too
mic.
poor,
Stop muting my mic. Stop
too
muting my mic.
broke to be
Keep
able
up
to
with the
even
argument.
feed themselves, let alone
Mute me,
their
baby.
child.
Don't
That's what's happening in
the
real life.
argument.
In real life, single
After
moms
me,
are
you go
struggling. Single
after
moms
me.
are
You only have
unaliving
to
themselves. Single
have to
moms are the
debate
most depressed
regular
out of
people who kill
every
themselves.
other woman.
Single
That's
mom has
what's
nothing to do with
happening in real
suicide.
life. Single moms are not
Being a single
winning.
mom has nothing
Single moms are
to do with
taking
weirdo.
L's. Single moms
Has
are
nothing to do with
depressed.
suicide.
Their children
A
are
single
ending up in prison. That's what's happening. Their daughters are 304s. 71% of teen pregnancies come from single mom households. You want to talk about real life? Majority of these single moms are a bunch of ghetto hood rats that are birthing criminals and 304s. That's what's happening in real life. In real life, single moms are not succeeding in nothing. Okay? They are on government assistance. That's what's happening in real life. Do you want to also know what's happening in real life, Cuban? Single moms
Now, do you see how you got up here and you start generalizing
That's
all
what's
single moms?
happening in real life. They are
See how you got
getting
on here
their
and you start
teeth back.
generalizing all
That's
single
what they're
moms? You need to
doing.
calm down.
That's why they have small
You need to calm
brains.
down.
Because
Stop bringing
all
your
they wanted to do was get their
your
teeth
emotions
back.
into the
That's
debate,
what's
baby.
happening to these single
Bringing
moms
your
in real
emotions into the
life. They're getting
calm
their
down, my
teeth
love.
clapped. Did you know
Calm
that?
down, my
Did
love.
you know
You
that?
can't
They're
generalize all
getting their
single
teeth
moms.
clapped.
All single
Just
moms are
like
not on
you are.
welfare.
And
All
that's
single
why you don't like the fact that single moms are the least desired. You want to talk about real life, but you're not talking about what's really happening.
Am I desolate?
Okay, Leah. I think that was an accident. Was that an accident?
Did she drop herself or you dropped her?
Oh, my mod dropped her. Please address the prompt.
Yes, so I would say that they're not the least desired because there's so many examples of women that do not let single motherhood consume them. They take good care of themselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and they have a beautiful family with a stepfather. So it's not the single mom that's least desired. It's a certain type of mindset. There's single, childless women with the same type of mindset that get done just as dirty.
Yeah,
So,
the truth is, a single childless woman doesn't get done that dirty because she didn't have to bear another man's child for 9 months and never see a ring. She didn't get done dirty like that. That's the truth. The only ones that got done dirty is these single moms who had to pop out a pitney and no ring on her finger. The only ones that got done dirty is the ones that chose to break up their family, divorce their husbands, and now they're more likely to be depressed. Now their child suffers because they didn't know how to be honorable wives and stay honored to their husbands. Childless women are not getting done dirty. Wives in healthy marriages are not getting done dirty. The only ones that are getting done dirty are these single moms. The only ones that are getting done dirty is these single moms. And I know that you Fefails know it too. Jew said that's not true. How is it not true? When they are a literal single mom. There's no man there.
Hello?
But there's a child there. Delane.
I have a question.
Can you please address the prompt first?
It's about the prop. Like, I have a question for you.
Do you agree that single moms are
No,
the
I
least
don't
desired?
agree.
Okay then, why? And then I can answer your question.
Because every mom has a story, and not every single mom needs a husband, and not everything is the woman's fault. I don't know why you're out here, like, disrespecting every single mom. Like,
Yeah, because they disrespected themselves. That's why.
how?
I'm not going to respect degeneracy. I don't respect low standards, degenerate Fefails who failed. And I don't respect failure either.
How did they fail?
They
Like,
failed
what makes you
because
think they failed?
they created a broken home. That's how they failed.
How is it a broken home?
There's
Would
literally
you
no father in the
rather
household.
a single mom live with a shitty husband, and you call this a healthy home?
No swearing, please. Unless she's a victim or a widow, then that's the man that you lay down with. So if he's a crappy husband, then you clearly are a crappy wife. So be crappy together.
What the hell is that coming
What do you
from?
mean, what the hell? What do you really think? The man is only crappy? If the man is crappy, then the wife is crappy too.
How?
Sounds like a match made in heaven.
Give me an explanation. Don't just say words like that. Give me an explanation.
I'm okay, logically speaking, right? People only marry people who they're most likely feel they're compatible with. People marry people that they feel, hey, you get me, I get you. So if this man is a terrible guy or a crappy guy, then what the hell are you laying down with a man like that? Clearly, you felt crappy too to lay down with a crappy man. See, a lot of you
Do you
Fefails.
understand that not all men show their true selves? Even like
Okay,
after
do you
years?
understand that women do the same thing too? Women lie about their body
Okay,
count
but
all
I'm
the
not talking
time.
about women right now. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
we are.
men.
We're talking about single moms. That's what we're talking about. We are talking about Fefails right now. How many single moms lie about how many men clapped their cheeks? How many single moms lie about all the boyfriends they had? Or how many one night stands they had? Do you really think men are the only ones that
You really
lie?
think every single mom just goes and have like intercourse with anyone? Is that your image of single moms?
No, my image is failure, and there's different ways you can become a failure, not just getting your cheeks clapped by multiple men. But my image, when I hear single moms, is failure.
What do you define victims exactly? Like, what do you consider
Anyone that's been
victims?
mentally, physically, or emotionally AB'd.
That's it?
What do you mean that's it? That is what a victim is.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a scenario and tell me if that's like a victim case or not. If a mom, all right, she was constantly discovering things about her husband that she didn't know, and he was
Thank you,
becoming a
Rich.
different person, not giving attention to her or her child, not providing well, and now she decides to get a divorce. Okay, what do you think? What do you think about that?
That's not a victim. That sounds like a very unintelligent wife who didn't vet.
Unintelligent.
Yeah, that's not a victim. That's an unintelligent wife who didn't vet her husband enough to find out these things before they got married.
So she's intelligent if she keeps her child around this environment?
No,
Really?
because the truth is, she would be more intelligent to do that. Yes, she would, because she chose that man. Yes, you chose this man, so yeah, that would make you more intelligent to choose
Do
what
you
you
hear
chose.
what you're
Thank you,
saying?
Scott.
I literally said that man changed and he started
Yeah,
being
nobody
a
changes.
bad husband, a bad father.
Nobody changes. You are who you are. So the reality
No, a
is,
lot of people
the
change.
reality
A lot
is,
of people
listen,
change.
no one changes. You are who you are. She didn't vet. That's the truth. She didn't court properly. She didn't vet. She didn't do enough due diligence to find out who this man really is. That's her fault.
So you really believe that people don't change?
No, I don't believe people change. You are who you are. This is why a lot of these Fefails end up being single moms, because you believe men can change, people can change, and then you're shocked.
Lower your voice. You don't sound cool when you raise your voice, by the way.
I don't care if I sound cool to you. I don't want to sound cool to you.
Okay, you literally talked about how single moms are ghettos or whatever. Look at how you're acting.
Yes, a lot of them are. That's the truth. A lot of them
You are
got their
too,
cheeks
babe.
clapped.
You can't judge people for what you
I can judge
are
people.
literally
Everyone
doing.
judges everyone. Get over it.
Oh my God, girl. I don't know. I don't know if you're
Thank you,
actually
Beige.
serious about this whole
I'm very much
conversation or debate.
serious.
Well, that's a problem. Girl, go fix it.
Yeah, no, the only one that has problems are single moms who are raising their children by themselves. They have the biggest problem right now. That's why they're the least desired. No one wants to deal with that problem. No one wants to deal with another man's child. That is a problem. That's why they're
A
the
lot
least
of
desired.
people, a lot of men actually welcome single moms and take care of their child like their own child. So
Yeah, unless
who
the
are
man,
you?
unless the man has a child, he's a weirdo. Any man that takes care of another woman's child who has no child, he's a weirdo.
Okay, what do you think
It is
about
not
single
normal.
dads?
It is not normal for a man to say, "Hey, I'm going to love I'm going to love another woman's child while I have no children myself."
People say in the comments that they're easier to get. How the fuck are they
don't worry
easier to
about
get?
no cursing, and do not respond to the comments. They're very easy to get because clearly their baby dad found it easy to bust inside her. So it's gonna be easy for another man to do the same thing. It's logically speaking. If your own child's father was able to clap your cheeks with no standards, then clearly any other man, as long as he does what your baby dad did, he could get them cheeks too.
What do you think about single
Think about
dads?
it. Pardon?
What do you think about single dads?
That's not the prompt, so
No, I'm actually curious about what you think.
when the prompt is about single dads, then I will tell you, but it's about single moms.
Yeah, because you have no answer to that. You don't know what to say.
I do. I just don't want to say it. It's quite obvious.
Right. Girl, go get some help instead of literally bringing other women
I think you should tell that to the
literally
single moms.
suffered in their life.
Yeah,
Okay,
they didn't suffer. They got their cheeks clapped. That wasn't suffering. Do you think they were suffering when they were getting their cheeks clapped? I don't think so. They didn't suffer. They're just not intelligent. That's what that it is. These single moms didn't suffer. Do you think they were thinking about suffering when they were getting their cheeks clapped? No, they wasn't. They were thinking about having the time of their life until they popped out that baby. That's why I said they're not intelligent. Because didn't you think about suffering before getting your cheeks clapped? Like, let's be logical, please. You want to talk about suffering after you popped the baby when you was popping the coochie. Bit too late to talk about that. Jules, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hi. Question. Are you a single mom?
Before I answer any question, please address the prompt.
The prompt?
Yeah, so single moms are the least desired. Do you agree?
Disagree.
Okay, why? And then I could.
Because everyone, like nobody's perfect, So, and they don't know what's in store once the guy switches up and stuff, So it's like kind of like disagree for me.
Okay, yeah, nobody's perfect, but not everyone ends up being a single mom. So clearly, some women just do better and some clearly don't know or don't want to do better.
Oh, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It was an accident. I requested up here.
Oh, okay then. Well, thank you anyway, Jules.
Yeah.
Yes, no one's perfect, but somehow there are women out there who were able to make better choices in life. What does perfection have to do with anything? Nobody's perfect. Yeah, people can be able to make better choices in life. Why couldn't single moms make better choices? Anyway, single moms are the most desired because why is it a topic? It's a topic because I'm fascinated with stupidity. That's why. Just because I'm interested to know why bird brains act like birds doesn't mean you are the most desired. Thank you, Speed. You're hating. Wow. I'm hating on single moms who had to be in labor, carry a child for 9 months with no man. Who hates on failure? Come on. Nobody is hating on a single mom. Nobody wants to be a failure in life. Okay? Nobody's hating on having contractions by yourself. No one. No one is hating on having contractions by yourself. There are childless women out here who are celebrating the fact that they didn't end up being a single mom. It's a topic because you're her. Wow, I'm so hurt that I didn't become a single mom. Wow. Make it make sense. So every single mom gave birth alone? Majority did. The reality is, if the child's father is not there supporting you, that is depressing. If the child's father was not there for those 9 months, then realistically, who was? Thank you, comment. Use that as a point or prompt then. No, I'm not going to use that as a prompt. The prompt is single moms are the least desired. That's why a lot of their children come out like failures. I know a lot of you Fefails don't want to hear that, but they do. A lot of them are raising failures in society. There's nothing desirable about anything that they do. Thank
What do you
you,
want?
Recruit. Thank you. Yes, Delane.
What? You invited me.
It was the mod. I guess they wanted us to debate.
Okay, so are you gonna keep repeating the same points over and over again? And
I
just
mean,
keep
the
on
point,
disrespecting?
the points are very simple to me. Just like it's very simple why these single moms are the least desired, and just like it's very simple how these single moms ended up being failures.
Okay, what's the point of you putting women down right now? What are you hoping to get out of it?
What I'm hoping to get is a debate.
That's it? That's your goal in life? You
That's
don't
my
want to
goal.
actually educate yourself? And if you actually have a valid point, why don't you actually explain it instead of just saying clapping cheeks?
I'm not going to educate anyone. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your mother. I'm not your father. I'm not your psychiatrist. I'm not your therapist.
Thank
I'm not
God.
your coach. I'm not your dating coach either. I'm none of that. I'm not your friend. I am a debater. That's all I'm here to do.
You're
want
a
someone to
really
do
bad
that?
debater,
You
by the
need
way.
you need to go and find someone to do that. You're looking for a coach, a mother, father.
And I'm specifically not looking for you
Oh,
to educate me. But this whole live is so stupid and it's pointless. Like you're not saying any valid points.
Nothing is more stupid than a single mom. Because the reality is, they must have been so stupid to have a child with no ring on their finger or to break up their family. So hey,
break up their family? That's your idea?
Well, if you initiate divorce, then you definitely did break up your family.
Why don't you put any blame on the man? Why only
Because
women?
majority of Fefails are the ones who initiate divorce. And if that man is not your husband, then you can't expect him to commit to you if he never said he was going to. That's why.
No, literally men lie to you all the time, and they've said many times that I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna marry you,
So if
or
the
after marriage.
Delane, this is why I say they're stupid. So the man says he's going to marry you, but never does. So why did you give him your box?
Because she's in love with him? Are you stupid?
Because she's stupid. That's why.
You're stupid.
The man, no, but let's be logical. The man says, I will marry you, but he never marries you. But you think it's a good idea to give him your box. Like what? How
Have
does
you
that
ever
make
been
any
in love?
sense?
Have you ever been in love?
No, that's not love. That's stupidity. That's stupidity at its finest. You have a man saying, I'm going to marry you, but he only claps your cheeks.
Mindset is stupid.
Wait, the man says he's going to marry you, but the only thing he does is clap your cheeks.
So he manipulated her, he lied to her, and it's the girl's fault?
Yeah, he lied to you, and you thought it was a good idea to get your cheeks clapped? In the name of love? In the name of love, you thought, hey, because I'm in love, I'm going to give my box. Does that sound smart to you? So because they're in love, they choose to open their legs. Can you not be in love and maybe...
Do you realize
maybe
like,
take a walk in the park? Why is it every time you're in love, you have to open your legs? Why does love equate intercourse?
Girl,
Why?
that doesn't happen like that.
Just answer the question,
very
please.
few that it
Hold
happens
on. Please answer the question. Why is it that every time a female is in love, she has to open her legs? Why can't she be able to show her love without intercourse?
People show their love without and with. They don't just open their legs like that. That's not realistic.
So
unless
that's
for a few people.
My question is, why can't they show their love without opening their legs? If this man says, I love you, I will marry you. Okay, I love you too, but we're not having intercourse. Why is that so hard?
Because literally men do everything to get that, and sometimes they do. And I'm not with having like intercourse before marriage.
So the man did everything but marry you. So he did everything to clap your cheeks but marry you. The one thing he said he was going to do. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. And he married her. And then problems started happening. Okay? Then what? Then what? It's
Then
the man's
clearly
fault.
you didn't know how to vet.
How to what?
Vet.
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
It
I
means
don't.
actually take the time to get to know this man and looking into everything about him before you marry him. Get to know this man, his past, know his mentality, know his family, what he likes, what he doesn't like, his ex, his past relationships, everything. Vet the man.
Okay, that happens. Do you realize that? Do you realize that this happens? And after a while,
No, it
people
doesn't.
literally grow apart or change or cheat
Okay, then
or
so stay
whatever.
married. Stay married. No one, just because you grow apart,
Stay
don't mean you destroy.
married.
Yes, just because you grow apart, that's not an excuse for you to destroy your family.
It's not destroying. Why do you think being a single mom is destroying family?
Because when you become a single mom, you put that child's life in danger and you put them at a disadvantage. That's why.
First of all, I did not know what vet means because English is not my first language. Like, you guys are so fucking stupid.
Can you not
I
curse,
can't.
okay? The only stupid ones here are single moms.
No, girl. I am literally talking to the most stupid person ever.
Yeah.
And
The
you
most stupid
clearly,
people are single moms.
are just here to literally rage bait or whatever. And
Yeah, and you are struggling to be able to prove me wrong. Piffy, welcome. Can you please address the prompt? Thank you, Mika.
Single moms are least desired is what you said, right? I don't believe
Yes.
that's to be true. I need to see statistical proof that that's true.
Okay,
I'm
then
having a hard time believing that.
the number
So
one
then, since
reason.
I wait,
So
since I addressed
I'm giving you the proof.
since I addressed your prompt, right? The question people want to know: are you married?
That's none of your business. So the
Okay,
number
so see,
one
here we go.
reason.
We're gonna just attack.
Okay, so the number one reason why single moms are the least desired, or the reason why they are, is because majority of them have never been married. Oh no, she dropped. These Fefails really think I'm gonna tell you about my life. Like, come on, have some logical sense here. Martini, yes.
Yes, I'm back. I once again, I disagree that single moms are the least desired.
That's fine. Don't worry, you've already addressed the prompt. You can
It
just.
really strikes a nerve when you say that single women are stupid. Because I
Oh
think
no,
that
single moms you mean, not
I
single
think
women.
single women are smarter than women.
No, I said not single women. I'm talking about single moms, not single women.
Single moms, excuse me. Single moms, you made the comment that single moms are stupid because
Yeah, they are.
they decided to break up their family or because they have some superpower over a man to stay with them for, whatever reason. I totally disagree with that. I believe that single moms are the smartest, strongest, most intelligent women that are on the face of this earth because they
Really?
have the courage to put themselves first and put their children first to be in a situation where they are happy. There are so many women that are in bad marriages.
Okay, then. So I have a question for you. Right? If they are the most smartest females out there, how come 71% of children from fatherless homes drop out of high school, leaving these children 9 times more likely to abandon their education? If they are so smart, how come 71% of their children are dropping out of high school?
It's because they don't have control over men. They don't have
So
control over
then,
men.
no,
You
we're not
only
talking
have
about men.
control.
No, we're not talking about men. We're talking about their children. How come
Well-
71% of their children drop out of high school if they're so smart?
It's because of men. It's not because of mom.
So the mom who takes care of their child, who is so smart, can't even keep her own son or daughter in school.
If you look at statistics and if you look at studies, it does show that children that stem from a household that has a mother and a father tend to have a higher success rate. I don't disagree with that.
So
However,
then clearly she's not that smart if she can't even keep her own child in high school.
she is smart because it is better for a child to be, I guess, from what you call a broken home, if it is more peaceful, it could be more structured. I mean, there's so many different scenarios.
If it's more peaceful, then how come the rate of children being AB'd in a single mom household is triple the rate of two-parent household? It seems like those children are actually going through more hell.
It's hard to answer that without talking about the father. Like it's
So
like
then it's
you're
not more
putting
peaceful,
so-
then is it? It clearly is not more peaceful if children are triple the rate of being AB'd compared to a two-parent household.
But if you're in a household where there's verbal abuse, there could be physical abuse, there could be neglect.
Yeah, we're not talking about victims. We're not talking about like the reason. If the single mom is a victim, that's one thing. I'm not talking about that. And say AB, please. But you mentioned that these single moms, they choose to leave these relationships for peace. But if you take a look at the stats, and their household is not more peaceful, it's actually more chaotic.
Again, I disagree.
How do you
And it's
disagree?
because-
How do you disagree with stats?
Well, show me the stats.
No, I'm not going to show you anything. Why don't you know these stats yourself?
Okay, well, there you have it. If you can't show it to me, then I can't.
So why
I can't
haven't
say
you
that I
done?
believe it.
Do you know who Emma Goldman is?
I do.
Who is she?
This is.
Who is she
Like
then?
you like to. It's like
Who
you.
is she?
You like to. You
Who
like
is
to
she?
deviate.
If you tell me who she is, then I will give you where I got my stat. I will tell you. Tell me who Emma is, and then I will tell you. Because I got it right here. So I can easily give you the source. It's very easy for me. Got my laptop. Every stat here has a source right next to it. Very easy for me. I just like to challenge bird brains. But I want to know, do you know who Emma Goldman is? Martini Bay, can you please unmute?
Yes.
So who is Emma Goldman?
As I said before, I believe she's a writer.
Okay.
I have heard of her. I'm not that familiar with her, but I do believe that she's a writer. I think she's a political, she might be an activist. I know she was in politics, but what is your point again? I'm sorry.
Okay then. You do know, somewhat. You gave me a little bit. You gave me more, but I'll give you one. Okay, the 4th National Incident Study of Child AB and Neglect Congregational Report says that children from fatherless homes are 71% more likely to be maltreated, 62% more likely to be neglected, and 59% more likely to sustain serious physical injury from AB.
Okay.
So it's not emotion, it's not an opinion, it's literally a fact.
Okay. But the point is single moms are the least desired, correct?
Yeah.
So outside of children, outside of the outcomes.
How could you say outside when the child is literally the most important component of her being a single mom? How could you say outside the child? How could you ignore the most important person in this?
I'm not ignoring it. I was
So then
trying
how
to
could
make
you
a
say
point.
outside then? You can't take away
No,
the
I'm just saying
child.
outside of everything else. It's just
Outside
that
of
when you
what?
said that,
How could you say outside of everything else? The child is the most important part of this conversation. We can't just take away the child outside of what? There'll be no point having this conversation.
okay, but the point that I'm trying to make is that when you insinuate that single moms are stupid, I just think that that's a very ignorant statement to make.
It's not ignorant statement
Ignorant
when
blanket statement.
71% of their children drop out of high school. If they were not stupid, then I'm sure they could be able to keep their child in school.
If you had full control over other people,
How could
there would be no
you?
single moms. There would be no high school. There would
That's
be no
that's your
dropping out of
child. That's your
school.
child. Your child doesn't rule you. You are the leader of the household. How are you struggling to discipline your child and make them stay in school? There's a
I
problem.
mean, I've seen back when I was in school, I would see moms or dads drop their kids off in front of the school, and that kid will get right on the bus and skip school and go someplace else.
Yeah, but that's happening more in single mom households. So clearly there is an issue with these single moms and their children. Children are more likely to disobey their own single moms. Doesn't really sound like
an issue.
So that doesn't sound like they're really that smart. They're not that smart because a lot of their children are actually coming up more degenerate than a two-parent household. For you to be smart, your children will come out better, more functional, and actual law-abiding citizens. That's not what's happening with these single mom households. Do you know if your child becomes a failure, the first person they're going to blame is really going to be the parents? That's one. Not going to blame the child.
Absolutely.
So if the child is dropping out of high school, being a complete nightmare, then clearly it's the parents' fault.
Right. Parents.
So then,
we're talking
about
not just the mom, but also
we are
the
talking
father.
about the mom because she's the one that has full custody over that child most of the time. And I gave you fatherless household stats for a reason. So fatherless means there's no man.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make the mom stupid, though.
It really does, because she clearly can't be able to raise a law-abiding child, a child that wants to stay in school and study. Do you know that children who are more likely to end up in teen pregnancies are raised in a fatherless household?
Yeah, for sure.
So how is that smart if the only thing you can produce is degeneracy?
However, I mean, there's always a situation attached to every breakup. There's always a reason attached to every single breakup. And I can assure you that a majority of those times is not because of the woman, it's because of the father. So whether they courted and she thought that he was one thing that he wasn't, or maybe he was that guy that she thought he was, and then at some point, even if you disagree, people do change throughout their lives. As you grow throughout your life, you do change.
No, you don't change.
Yeah, they do.
Does your character change?
You should. You're supposed to change.
No, you're not supposed to change. Your characteristics
Yes, you are. You're supposed to grow as a person.
There's a difference between growing and changing. Who you are as a person, your core characteristics, okay? The ones that you was born with, it does not change. You cannot be able to rewire your genetic pool. You can't. You can work on it, but you can't change it.
You can change it because that's why people
change
date.
Character.
That's why people date for a year, or they date for 2 years, and you think a person is one way,
you can
and
change
then by
character?
that third year, there's something
You cannot
totally
change
different.
character. You can't change.
So they
character.
can fake it.
You can't. You
people
can fake it. You can't change it.
Exactly.
That's
and
the
a
point.
lot of times, that's what the situation is.
Yeah, and a lot of times you are stupid to fall for that. You can't change someone's character. You just can't. You are who you are. If you're a selfish person,
It
then you're a
happens all.
selfish
It happens
person.
all the time. It happens all the time.
No, no. The only thing that happens is these single moms got played to open their legs. That's what it is. It took a couple of lies to get them legs open. That's what happened. Men lied to get in between their legs, and it worked. Wow, isn't that shocking? Because they're done. No lie should make you be able to open your legs. If a man said he's going to marry you, let him marry you.
And then some marriages don't work out.
I mean, at least the wives did a little bit better and got married. But majority of wives initiate divorce, not the men. If men were the ones initiating divorce, then this conversation could be a little bit different. But it's the women who are doing it.
It's because they want better for themselves.
Yeah, you say that, but clearly don't want better for their children because they're put in a disadvantage. So it's really about what they want, not what is best for the family.
I mean, they're shared custody.
Yeah, so you just admitted that they are just selfish. And that's another reason why single moms are the least desired. They're selfish. They don't care about their family. They care about what they want.
Well, they care about their family in the regard of, like I said, they might be getting the children out of a bad situation.
It's not a bad situation. If you are not a victim, then it's not a bad situation. If you are not a victim, then it's not a bad situation.
I guess it would depend on your definition of a victim.
A victim is anyone that's being emotionally, physically, or mentally AB'd. So outside of that
that could be everyone. I'm pretty sure.
No, that's not everyone. No, that's not
pretty sure
everyone.
there's
That
a
is
high
not everyone.
percentage.
No, that is not everyone. Cut it out. No, not
I
everyone's a
just don't
victim.
think that there's women out here just divorcing.
Yeah,
their
there are
husbands for
so
no
many.
reason.
There are so many reasons why these fefails initiate divorce, and that's not because they're victims. That's not even the top reason why they initiate divorce.
What do you think the top reason is?
The top reason is irreconcilable differences. The second one is financial problems, situations. Third one is infidelity. Fourth one is communication issues, like they couldn't be able to get to middle ground. But AB is never like the top 3 or 4 reasons ever. Even if you look at why single moms end up single moms, being a victim is not the top reason. It's not even the top 3. Why do married women initiate divorce? Being a victim is not the top 3. It never is the top reason. So a lot of them are not victims. They're just selfish.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, welcome the dragon fruit. Thank you for coming anyways.
Remnant, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
How
Go
do you say
ahead.
your name?
You can say remnant or rem. It's fine.
So are you saying that single mothers are the least desired to get married? Is that how we're measuring the metric of their desirability?
No, they're the least desired in every possible way. Their whole reality, their mentality, the way they think, how they live is the least desired. Do you agree that single moms are the least desired?
Well, I was trying to gauge your metric. They're the least desired for marriage.
At least you just answered your question. Did you not hear what I said?
Well, I know, but I don't understand because I see a lot of
Why do you not understand?
Well, I'm about to tell you why I don't understand. Because single mothers, they can still be beautiful, they can still be attractive, like sexually attractive. So
sexually, please.
Oh yeah, smexually, they can still be smexually attractive.
What does that mean? So you think because someone's attractive, that means they are not the least desired?
No, see, I was trying to gauge what was the desire, like what was the desired quote unquote goal, which is marriage, right? Because they can still be desirable.
What does desired mean? Do you even know what that word desired means?
Yeah, to be wanted, to be, you know, to be pursued.
If a man truly wants a woman, what does he do?
If he truly wants her, he'll chase her, he'll court her, he'll support her,
he'll, give her love and attention if he really desires a
Okay,
woman.
and what does courting mean?
Dinner, movies,
No, oh my
vacation,
God, no,
etc.
that's not what
Getting
courting
to
means.
know each other,
No. That's not what courting means. That's dating.
Okay,
Okay.
what is courting? What is courting?
Okay.
Because I'm in the US, I'm in the USA, so maybe we.
No. Courting means is English. Okay. So the US speak English, so it means the same thing. All right.
Okay, what does courting mean?
Courting means being involved with someone romantically with the intention of marrying. If a man is courting you, he is intentionally looking for a wife. So if a man wants you, he will marry you.
Okay,
Not date you.
Okay, well, do you think that all men pursue marriage in good faith?
Majority, yes.
Really?
If he wants you, we're talking about desired. If a man wants you, then that's what he's pursuing.
Okay.
So that is it. Now, if we're talking about single moms, clearly they are the least desired if their baby dad didn't want them enough to even make her an honest woman and turn her into a wife.
So they're
But he
the
didn't want
least
her.
desire for marriage,
They're
right?
the least desired in every aspect, not just in marriage. So let's take a look at parents, a mother and father. A mother and father would rather their child or their daughter, to be a childless woman than a single mom. No mother wants to see her daughter be a single mom. No father wants to see her daughter be a single mom. Let's take a look at in-laws. Even a mother and even a father doesn't even want their son to be with a single mom. The reality is, a single mom's reality is the worst reality on earth. That's the truth, it is. There's nothing desirable about it. Even children would rather have their parents be married than be raised by a single mom. They rather mom and dad to be here together. Even children, that reality is the least desired.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I see what you're saying. But okay, I have a question for you. Would you say that a woman with a criminal record is more desirable than a single mother?
I mean, they're literally all in the same bucket, but no, she's not more undesirable, because the reality is single moms have the heaviest load that anyone could carry, and that's a child. That's a human being.
Okay. Well, I just came up here to gauge where the goal was in desirability, marriage or whatever. So
yeah, it's every reality, not just in marriage. Every reality, nobody wants that. Neither
okay,
child,
because
mother, or father.
because I feel the same way, but the reason why I was challenging you on this is because I was looking at the single mother, and she was dressed so nice, and I was kind of getting some outfit inspiration from her and some hairstyles.
Looking good doesn't mean anything.
No, I know.
If we didn't think of it like this, right? She looks
no,
so
she's
good.
a whore. She's a whore.
Oh,
I
geez,
agree with you. No, she is. The girl who on Instagram, she's a total whore. But she's cute. Okay,
Don't say that word, please.
No, you're right. But her energy she has bad energy, but her style was so cute. So I was just trying to see okay, where are you putting?
I'm trying to understand your logic here. How could you think her style is so cute, but she's a 304?
Oh no! She has oh my god! She has some outfits that were disgusting, but then she has some outfits that I was okay, that I could wear that. She has some of them that were just disgusting. I mean, it was bad. So,
all right then. All right, well, Dragon Fruit, it seems like you agree, so I will be...
Yeah, I just had a question. I just had a question or two.
I'm going to be locking off the live. Do you have any last words you want to say?
No. No, I think you're doing a good thing. Because you're inspiring women to not get pregnant, because it is humiliating, and to not be single mothers. You're inspiring women to not be single mothers who still have a chance. It's not cute. It's not good. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Dragon Fruit. I appreciate the support. And thank you to everyone that has joined me. Big shout out to Theo the Coop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you, and check out his YouTube. He makes awesome videos. And thank you to everyone as well. Thank you to the gifts as well. I see you, Mona D, as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Curry's Corner. Thank you, Comment. Thank you, D Davis. Shout out to Skinny Boy as well, and my main supporters as well. Thank you, Nomad. Thank you, China, Annie Long. I appreciate every single one of you, and even the ones that have disagreed. Thank you for coming up. I am Remnant Princess. This is real discussions about modern women, and this is not a safe space. So yes, I will be back live. Keep your eye out. Thank you. Have a good day and have a good night. Bye.